That's gonna work.
Nice. Progress being made, it's just not done.
I can't
Red
tell.
light's on.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, yep, it says it's recording. It just isn't showing up on my
Yeah.
remote over here.
Better, because they were
I'll have to fix
masking all
that
this
again
stuff
before
off,
the next meeting.
trying to cut it and not ruin
Okay.
this stuff.
Right. Understood.
Recommendation will be to go into executive session for department head reviews, but just do one long session
Yes.
until noon or 11:30.
Let's go 11:30.
Yeah.
We need to.
Okay. Oh, and everything is on. I just didn't hit the record button. Here we go.
We're ready?
Just one sec.
This conference will now be recorded.
All right, we'll begin with the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody, to the March 13th Marion County Commission meeting. This morning, we're going to be doing executive session for department head reviews, and then come back for regular session at 12:30. So I move that we recess to executive session in order to discuss department head reviews pursuant to KSA 75-4319B. Item 1, personnel matters, non-elected personnel performance with the commission and department heads, Department of Aging, Department of EMS, County Appraiser, Planning and Zoning, and Road and Bridge for an hour and 30 minutes from 10 o'clock to 11:30.
Second.
There's a second by all three commissioners.
All three.
and candidates.
I heard Commissioner Dahlke first. Is that okay?
That'll work.
Okay.
He just allowed us.
All
Yes.
opposed say nay. Motion carried 4-0. We will be back at 11:30.
Okay. Well, actually, just want to Sure, and I've got one more camera to turn off here.
Yeah.
Potatoes and white gravy, always.
What's your meat?
Chicken.
Just make sure the public doesn't know.
Veggie? Roll?
Okay, you're
Rolls
on.
what
Everything's
gets
on.
Okay, we are out of executive session, no decisions made. I move that we recess to executive session in order to discuss personnel performance pursuant to KSA 75-4319B. Item 1, personnel matters, non-elected personnel performance with the commission and road and bridge supervisor for 30 minutes from 11:30 to 12 o'clock.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Garing. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Motion carried. We'll be back at 12 o'clock.
And that's better be here. Better be hot.
We're not quite that developed. Sorry.
What?
Clean up.
We have that voice from behind again?
Sorry, it's hard to tell
You're
if
right.
it's on.
Oh.
Okay, so that camera's on. Now, the regular meeting up here. Hopefully quickly.
You take 5 years from now, will all 3 graders in my area be gone?
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah.
We are out of executive session, no decisions made. We'll recess until 12:30 for our regular session. See you at 12:30.
Thank you, Bryce.
I need to go see Barbara. It's crazy how fast it goes.
Time for- you mean
What a
for-
problem.
Hey, for this or for this?
This.
This conference will now be recorded.
All right, welcome, excuse me, welcome everyone to March 13th Marion County Commission meeting. Begin with public comments, public forum. Any public comments? No one's in the room.
Nope.
All right, if not, we'll move into agenda approval. There'll likely be some executive sessions at the end. Any other topics that we need to add to the agenda? Sorry, I need to speak about it. If not, agenda is approved, we'll move into administrative.
I've read it already.
Okay.
All right, I have the minutes of March 6th.
Okay, Commission has had a chance to review the minutes of March 6th. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Becker, second by Commissioner Gary. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carried 5-0. All right.
Okay, thank you. We have some change orders.
Otherwise, I'll knock it down and we'll ship it. Try that.
Be a fun toy.
That's all right. I know you, Susan.
Congratulations, sir.
Nope, don't mind closing.
Okay.
I'll put one L on. More of them though than there is two L's.
Oh, I bet so. I bet so. That'd make more sense. I was reading in Detroit.
Western Heights. I mean,
Yeah, I bet it's. I don't think there is a Deloitte.
we're checking next week.
Double check.
Eloy, Kansas.
I think it's bullets.
I think it's Beloit.
That's why I put a check mark next to it. Maybe somebody didn't check it.
Yes, I hear you.
I read it as Detroit, Michigan. Oh, it's really hot. I keep looking up there for the clock.
I know.
It's right there.
I know.
Sorry.
It's
It's
right
so handy.
there.
It's handier for you there.
But
It
it-
is.
Can you read it that far away?
Yes.
I don't like it.
Because,
You have to turn your head.
well, it got taken down
Yeah.
during
Yeah.
renovation.
Yep. I use
It's
the
all right.
Crowfoot clock regularly.
Okay, we do have one early check that was, the information was in your packet.
Any questions on the early check?
And that's actually for me, for a Government Finance Official Association training. So,
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Gary, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dalkey, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed nay, motion carried 5-0.
Too much in there.
No.
Yeah. Shouldn't need that.
You don't think you'll have to plug it in for that?
No.
Okay. Next.
Thank you. On the table, I gave you some updates to the Department on Aging Director's job description. Most of it's just grammatical or updating based on the title and the size of the senior citizens group now. So you all should have that. And then I gave you a packet of information on when we advertised it the last time and the bylaws for the Marion Senior Citizens Board, because they did review, and it's in their bylaws that they review that and make recommendations to you all as far as potential hire decisions for that position. So that should all be on the table in front of you today. And as far as the job description changes, we would want official action to approve that job description when you're ready.
Give everyone a minute to look at it.
They,
Questions?
they interview the candidates.
It just says they make recommendations in their bylaws. So,
Noticed the back where it stated 3 different areas, has that all been changed or addressed?
you've got the red line there. That's the red line. The back is not. The back is just historical information of when we hired the last time.
Okay.
And the Department on Aging, the senior citizens group, it's my understanding they went to 5 districts when you all did, but then they couldn't get anybody, so they went back to a 3-district
Okay.
format for that group.
Oh.
So, anyway, that was just provided as background information.
Well, let's look at the job description for Aging Benefits Program Director. Have you had a chance to review? Do you have any questions? If not, I'd move to approve the amended Aging Benefits Program Director job description.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Becker. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0. Any questions on the process for advertising or working with the group?
Yeah.
Senior Citizens of Marion County. Okay.
What I'll do now that we have the job description approved is I'll formulate an ad, and we'll advertise that in the newspapers, we'll put it online, and then we'll potentially, we may go through some other avenues like KAC or some sort of networking group that would potentially have some candidates that would be looking at it. And we'll go from there.
Very good.
Okay. I believe there was one application for the Planning Commission for District 3.
Yes.
I think there was an email.
Yes. Have all the commissioners, it was from Sharon. Check your email. There's an email from Sharon.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want me to forward it to you?
I've got a, he called me last week and he's from Burns,
Okay.
and,
Is that what the email was from?
is that the one that's on?
I thought it was, no.
This is Tracy Roberts.
Don't know him.
Her.
Don't know her.
But you do have 2 seats.
Yeah, I got
so-
2 seats, but I'm thinking this guy will take one of them. It's not Mike Hammond either, Mike was offered,
Let me know if
Okay.
you need an application for him.
but,
from
okay,
that
yeah, I
individual.
probably will take one.
Okay.
from him.
And I don't know if you're ready to take action on that today, but I just wanted to bring it up because it's still in our list here,
Yes.
so.
Yes.
Everybody seen
Did
it?
did we ever figure out whether it's legal?
No, these are from your district.
These are both from your district.
Okay. I
Okay.
don't know.
Kent, did you get the?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Jonah,
it
did
looks
you
like
get it?
she
What
So-
date did
so-
Okay, I
got
just
some
sent it
good
to you.
qualification.
What date was it sent?
This morning?
No, Sunday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday at
Oh.
1:50.
Why didn't I look at it this morning?
Yeah, yes, please.
I mean, in my review, it looked like a qualified candidate, but obviously we didn't want Commissioner Dalkey to.
Well, I want to
Review
review
it,
it,
yes.
I want to visit with him.
Okay,
Okay, so
then we
maybe
will,
put it
we'll
on
wait till
for
next
for
week.
next
Mhm.
week, okay?
How did you learn about the position?
Yeah, the application said they learned about it
From you.
Oh, the lady?
Yeah.
Yes, she did, yes. Yes, that's the second one, but she didn't say she was gonna do anything. We talked about it, and I told her to call Sharon.
Would you, yeah.
So she
Yeah.
probably called her and got the
Got the
application.
application.
Yes, okay, well, good deal.
You
You wanna-
want East Branch Township?
Yeah,
You want a nominator?
yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Yeah, yes, since I didn't know she'd done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd nominate Mrs. Roberts.
Tracy
Tracy
Roberts.
Roberts.
Tracy
Yeah, Tracy
Roberts.
Roberts.
Okay, Dave, you got it now?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, I talked to
So
her.
now you've had 15 seconds.
I'll second
Yeah.
I'll second it.
No, it was,
Dave seconded it.
it looks like a very good application.
Yes, well, she, very,
There's experience.
she wants to, yeah, she's got a lot of experience
Yep.
over in government, and, yeah. Mhm.
No, I think it's a good comp.
No,
So we have a motion from Commissioner Dalkey to nominate Tracy Roberts for planning and zoning position from District 3, second by Commissioner Gehring. Crowfoot,
Corbett.
second by Commissioner Crowfoot. Discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0. I think she'll be a very good candidate.
And this other one's very good too.
Good.
I talked to them on the phone, but I said, I'd like to meet you in person, so
Yeah.
I will go down and meet Tracy too.
Okay, but you have talked to?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Glad we cleared that.
You know, right over my head. Yeah.
it. He's retired.
Yeah. I was retarded.
I was just not allowing you to miss an opportunity. You can fill it before they turn, that
Yeah,
time
before
to
they-
turn around.
Before they turn, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
turned down. I'd slip in someone from the north. No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm
So
sorry.
I was just going to ask the land bank chairman if maybe we could call a special meeting for the land bank
Okay.
to review the demolition bids that have been received.
Would you all be in favor next Monday?
Yeah.
What time, 11:30? Would that give us enough time?
All right.
Or do you want to meet at
Do it
noon?
today.
You know, can't do it today because I have to send out an agenda
Oh, that's
and
right.
such.
Or we could meet at 12 o'clock?
Yeah, from 12 to 12:30.
Yeah.
Would that work?
That'd work for me.
12 o'clock next Monday?
Sounds good.
Land
Okay.
bank?
I will get an agenda out for that and we'll go from there. Okay. That's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Tina. Next, we'll have Josh come in. Hi, Josh.
Howdy.
How's Josh?
Good, you?
Randy, pull the microphone up for Josh. Josh, pull the microphone up. Thank you.
That work?
Yes.
All right.
Got people online, so
Nope,
make sure they can hear.
that's fine.
Got a couple things to have you guys sign. The first one is the annual eradication report the state requires. Just goes over the chemicals we sold, how many chemicals, how many acreage it possibly had covered. So I just have everybody sign that. If you guys.
Oh, we all need to sign.
All those?
All, yep, all.
Let's approve it first.
Yep.
Is there a signature page on it? Or?
It should be the second page.
Ah. There it is. Got it. Very good. Any questions on the annual noxious weed eradication progress report?
I guess there is. How, we used to do a lot of spraying with our truck and everything. How are we not taking, how are we showing less acreage now being covered, or?
We probably are less acreage because I don't have somebody full-time doing it. I've been doing it myself. Last year, I think you guys asked for something that shows what I've sprayed last year. Those are all the miles that I sprayed last year between Johnson, Cerisa, Musk Thistle. Those are the ones that we've been concentrating
Good.
on.
I appreciate you providing that now.
Mhm.
That's helpful.
Appreciate you providing it on your own without being asked.
You're welcome.
That's even better.
But we did spray a lot more last year than we had in the past couple of years.
Are you gonna try to hire someone?
I thought about trying to find somebody for part-time, through the summer, because there's no way I can do a full-time position, but I can do part-time.
Aren't you budgeted for a to hire?
Well, I have a full-time, but I leave her in the office to deal with the sales of the chemicals and all the HHW. Then I do the spraying. People give me phone calls and talk to them over while I'm out spraying, so.
Okay, any other questions on the report? If not, I'd move to approve the annual noxious weed eradication progress report for 2022. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Donkey. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0.
Just one comment, Johnson grass.
Mm-hmm.
It is a huge problem, and I hate to say it, a lot of it starts in the ditches,
Mm-hmm.
but boy, it overtakes the property next, that's
Oh,
on,
Yeah,
up there on Falcon, close to me, the bridge is covered up.
Okay.
Totally.
Get there, remind me, remind me,
Yeah.
because I was down around Peabody area
Yeah.
a lot with the Johnson grass and
But it just seems like nobody takes that stuff serious, even KDOT, for sure.
Railroad.
Yeah.
Railroads.
Yeah.
Railroads, what I see.
You get it in there, it's tough to kill.
It is.
That's tough, sucker. You need a full copy of this. I'll take this one and send that one back to you.
So if I need a copy of this one too, this is a management plan, it just tells the state what I'm doing and how I'm doing, working with the public and all that, that'll be the same thing. Yeah, the very last page.
Anybody have any questions on the management plan?
Is there any state laws that we're bound by?
Not really, you
Okay.
know, that's,
I just wondered, because I don't want to be dropping a day bomb on us somewhere, if somebody comes in and finds that we're supposed to be doing something. We sold our truck and we don't spray near what we did spray.
And again, just for people that can't see it, the 2023 management plan focuses on field bindweed, musk thistle, sericea, lepsidiza, and Johnson grass. And in your report from last year, sericea was a lot of acres.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the ones that I did the eradication report, there were several pieces that I ran across sericea. This one wasn't so much on the land, but there's a lot of land out there that has it, and acreage, and slowly working with the public, and they're slowly getting to it and trying to do the same with Johnson grass, but that's another one where states don't want to do something. Well, if they're right next to the state, it's hard to get them to do it because the state's not doing it. So, got to revisit with the state on that, and talk with them a little more, and get them convinced of doing more.
I'd move to approve the 2023 management plan for Marion County. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Ray. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0.
Not normal one.
All right, what else do you have for us?
Chemical bids. There's 2 sheets there. I don't know. Oops. Yep, each one, everybody gets one. There's 2 sheets. The first one, I took Triclopyr off, which is Remedy. I bought 200 or 180 gallon last year, and I only sold about half of it. So let's see what I can do with the other half this year. I hate to get too much and then, you know, it either go way down, then
Which one did you say you took off?
Triclopyr that shows on the second page. That one, the Triclopyr 3A, is for aquatic. It's the use around water areas. But they're both real close in prices this year.
Everybody got inventory?
Huh?
Everybody got inventory and nothing?
Yeah, the only one little tougher to get is the 1 gallon jugs in the Triclopyr, which I normally used to get. I had to go with 2.5 gallons last year, which makes it a little harder to get rid of, because nobody wants the 2.5 gallons, but they're not making the 1 gallons right now.
Any preference here? I see 2 different companies. I know Van Dees is out of Salina, someplace up there.
Abilene.
Abilene,
Yeah.
okay. Nutrien, where are they out of?
They got spots. There's one over at Canton, Goddard. There's a few I can think of, Goodland. So they're around.
Good, that's nice.
It is.
It's in Kansas.
Yeah.
Really?
And so your recommendation would be?
I'd recommend Nutrien you know, just the total price is just a few dollars cheaper, but,
Go with Josh's recommendation.
Okay.
So moved.
Okay, motion from Commissioner Garing to accept the bid from Nutrien in the amount of $42,229.50. Second by Commissioner Dahlke. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0. Thank you.
all right, that's all I have. Any questions for anybody?
I got a couple complaints. Our new side-by-side, is it down at the transfer station?
No,
Was it?
no, I haven't received it. They have to make it.
Oh, 'cause somebody called me and said the new side-by-side is being used at the transfer station, it's being driven around.
No.
Okay.
No, it hasn't, I'm not,
I said, well, I didn't even know we had it yet. So
no, we're not supposed to see it till like end of June, beginning of
Okay.
July from what I said, heard, so.
Brand
That's-
new
I'm
off
just,
the
I'm just
line.
passing the message that I got.
No.
Maybe somebody hauled their trash down there on one and they thought, oh, that's.
No.
That might be it.
So on these bids, is this last year's list?
No, that was this year's with the track repair, and the front one's without the track repair, the remedy.
Okay,
Um,
so this one we don't
No.
need, the back one?
You don't.
Okay, I just wanna make sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
a little-
confusing.
yeah, Just the front
Okay.
page.
Mhm.
Yeah, very good. All right, well, we'll go into executive session then for personnel review.
Well, apparently, don't let it sit down there, is what we're saying.
No, if I go down to pick up trash or to go down and spray, you know, where I can leave something down there, we can get all the bags and throw in the back and staff to. Yeah, but other than that, it's not, most of it's gonna be up there with the sprayer on it and using it for spraying.
Okay. I move that we recess an executive session in order to discuss personnel performance. Number one, personnel matters, non-elected personnel performance with the commission and Josh for 15 minutes from 1 o'clock to 1:15. That's it.
Second.
Motion second by Commissioner Garing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. We'll be back at 1:15.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we are out of executive session, no decisions made. Isaac, welcome back. Not quite as much time today as last week.
It's all right, we should be able to get through it. I want to start here with something we've been talking about for a while now. We finally got everything gathered and figured. I'm going to pass these out. So this is going to be bids for a mower out of the county
okay.
bid for this
Okay.
year.
What, you got one big?
Yeah, yes. Sorry, I could have made that a little easier.
That's all right.
So, I have 3 bids here, one from Ag Power over in Hillsborough, which would be Hustler, 2S Outdoors, which is a Graverly, and then John Deere.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, and you can look at these bids, they are all
Quite a range, I'd imagine.
exactly the same.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Okay.
All 3 mowers, 60-inch deck, all 3 mowers. They have, we're looking at doing the wheel tire on the mower, the airless tire.
Right.
It's been recommended to me by pretty much all 3 of them. We've never done it before, but want to give it a try to spend less time on fixing flats and things like that.
Airless tire?
Yeah. It's
Gonna be a little rough.
that's that's the one thing we did talk about as the downside.
But that would slow them down to a better job mowing too. I mean, sometimes they go a little fast.
Still better than fixing flats.
Well, that's it. So yeah, you can see all 3 there.
Take them all 3 apart.
It's
I struggle with doing them apart.
They all got the same.
they all have the
Same horsepower.
exact same motor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kawasaki.
Yes, all 3 of them have.
Even John Deere is a Kawasaki?
Yes. So John Deere and Graverly both had and Hustler, all 3 of them had an alternative. It was a Vanguard big block, but all 3 of them recommended the Kawasaki, which I will say is what we have in our Hustler Hyperdrive out at the lake right now. Yeah, we had a total difference of $90.14.
That's amazing.
Between the three, between the three.
Did you get bids from everybody in the county that sells these?
Everybody, this was everybody that I knew of, yes.
Oh, yeah, GNR in Durham sells lots of them.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
I
And
did.
I would suggest you get a bid from them, yeah.
What do they sell?
Country Clipper,
Okay.
same, probably have the same engine.
They can't really do it now because everybody's numbers are on the table. Because all they gotta do is come in and be like, all right.
We can reject the bid.
$15.
That'd be $1 under.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, I just, that should have been brought up before handing out the numbers.
Yeah. And just discuss the mowers, you know,
Well, we have the authority to reject all bids.
I know, but. I know.
I just think it's out of fairness to the businesses in Marion County that anybody that sells those units would have a shot at it.
I guess I was not, what is that, the name of that?
GNR, out of.
Okay, well, we do a bunch of business with GNRs,
We
mowers,
do.
chainsaws and things like that, yeah.
Yeah, they sell a lot. But it's up to the rest of the commission. I'm just throwing out.
you know, I would recommend the Hustler brand because it's made in Kansas.
We have a Hustler dealer in Marion County.
Yes, ag service.
Yeah, ag power, ag, whatever it is.
Oh,
That's
that's,
what
that's, this one is?
Yes,
No, no,
yes, yes.
I'm just, that brand is made in Kansas.
Yeah, it's
It's
manufactured, it's manufactured in Kansas.
Yeah. Pieces are put together. It has to.
All right, I guess the first decision for the commission is, do you want to reject all bids and go out for bids again?
I mean, yeah, it's a catch-22. Right now, you're kind of slapping the people in the face that didn't bid. But I think we shouldn't slap people in the face that didn't get a chance to bid either. I think.
I just think it's probably an unwritten policy of the county that whoever sells a certain product would get an opportunity at.
Is there any others?
That's what I'm trying
Yeah,
to
they
think
don't
of.
go again.
With a hardware store.
It's on here.
Does a
Yeah.
hardware store in
Which
Burton
one's
sell?
got the two?
I
two
don't know,
expired?
Kent, but I don't think so.
I think years ago they used to,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah,
You know better than me.
This
Don't
is-
get down that way.
There's none showing, there's no lot showing out there in Burns.
Nothing sitting on the ground.
That was,
That's on.
Before we make a decision, I'd have a question. Are all of these available, or are some of them wait times?
Pretty much sounds like all three of them I can get within a week.
Okay.
Two of them I know are available right now. One of them said that they don't have one, but they can get one
So
within a week. Yeah.
Okay, so availability isn't an issue at this point.
Okay, that's a good point.
It was just a question.
What if this your mowing season?
Right. Well, you got a month, not quite a month before you mow, probably.
How do they mow one?
Commissioner Dahlke, you have a comment?
Well, no
Well,
one puts
I'm trying to figure
fertilizer
out
on
how
it
to-
like you do. You
how to be
include the
fair.
cottonwood.
I do have some comments, but I'm tentatively leaning, we've been running Hustler mowers. But I know there, at least I've run Grasshopper and some other mowers, but I've never run a Gravely, and I've never run a Country Clipper. I do know a guy that has one and loves it. And I don't know about the durability, but I think they're just as tough as anything. But I'll guarantee you, Hustler's tough to beat. It's a tough mower to beat. I thought Grasshoppers was pretty good until I run Hustlers. And, well, I can fly on a Hustler. I can get some mowing done.
Does it have the slide seat on it?
Huh?
Does it have the air glide seat on it?
Yes.
Like the John Deere came up with,
Yeah.
John Deere.
I don't know
came
if it's
up
air
with.
glide or not, but they've got.
It's kind of got that.
Little rock to it.
Yeah, so you're not.
Yeah.
It's nice seat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the seat makes the machine for
Oh,
sure.
yes, yes. And I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
I'm not ready to trade mowers, so I get a good seat.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm just trying to figure out all the problem we got.
Is it gonna be an issue where we cancel all bids, go out, get a bid, and then come back and not necessarily take the lowest bid?
Yeah, because we're not gonna take the lowest bid. Might as well just make that decision now.
It'd be a factor of knowing if there's a significant difference. But if there's a model that strongly recommended, I'm just throwing that out for discussion, I'm not making any call.
Right.
I can say my brother's got a Gravely, and my father-in-law's got the John Deere. And both of them are real nice.
Yeah, but they're all good motors, I think.
Okay, well, Commissioner Becker, do you have a motion?
I'd make a motion, we reject all bids and rebid.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to reject all bids, go out for another round. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carried
You want
5-1.
to keep these for next time? No.
It depends if they're the same.
Huh?
I guess we could review them and see if they went down any.
Yeah, I'm
Good. I know you'll have to go back hand in hand,
Might come back.
but tell them we do appreciate their bid. It's the reason, we need to make sure.
Tell them the reason why.
Yeah.
Well, these are probably government bids, aren't they? I mean, they got a set price.
Yeah,
Government.
yeah. I think there's 90 days on all. Maybe one of them was 30 days, but I think the other two are 90 days.
We'll have something next week.
But we do appreciate their bid, it's just we found out there's another forgotten.
Okay. Next thing for me was, so Brian with the dam repair, he sent me an email. Pretty much, he's wanting to know, so he's got two different options for this bid packet. There's one option that includes all the approved specs, the approved plan, the approved design, material estimate, and an introduction, pretty much saying this is what we're doing, these are the dates we want to start, this is the date we want to finish.
Great.
He has another bid option that they do with a bunch of state watershed projects, things like that. It is a lot more extensive. It's also more contractual bonding with the contractor. He came to me and he wanted me to ask if the commission had a preference one way or another. You know, he also said on the simpler bid, the commission could do things to also make it just as contractual bonding with the contractor as what he's writing up. But the two different options, he said he didn't want to do the big, deep option and spend a lot of time on that if it's something that we did not think that we needed. And so, I don't know if you guys had a preference, if you'd want to talk to him about that, whatever the case there is, but I know he's got both of them. Well, he's got the smaller one pretty much done and ready to go. Didn't take him much time, but he said if we wanted to do the more extensive packet, that he could get going on that.
What, in your visit with him, what's your recommendation? Put you on the spot.
Well, I mean,
If we're gonna have to do most of the other stuff to add on to it to get to that point, well.
right, I guess, you know, the extensive one, it covers a lot more. I feel like if worrying about the project not getting done on time, you know, if we had a set deadline or problems with contractors, it would
That's
Probably.
where I'm headed.
probably be a safer option, but
I'm seeing an inclination toward the more detailed.
I'm just mentioning, there's another project out there that went wrong.
Yeah.
And we don't wanna go wrong with
Without going there.
these guys. I mean, with somebody looking over our shoulder to meet the stakes, or whoever we're dealing with.
Right.
And so,
What kind of cost difference are we talking?
that's the next
I
thing.
could ask him that, what he thinks the
I was
hourly.
gonna say, the more
hourly
detailed usually
expense-
have more
Yeah,
expense.
I mean, he's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have more time spent on it, and that's kind of why he wanted to get pretty much our decision
I guess
before.
it'd be all right with me, Isaac, and I don't know about the commission, but it'd be all right with me if he can guarantee on the simpler one, that we can have those same deadlines and same.
But then just we'll do you wind up doing the other.
Yeah, I don't know, I mean,
And the licensing and bonding and all be in place
yeah.
prior to start.
I'm sure leaning toward the more detailed. Then we're covered and we're done. And Brad will have less reviewed.
The more detailed could all of a sudden pull in Davis-Bacon too, and then all of a sudden your project dollars go
Yeah,
sky high.
there's a lot to it. Yeah.
My read of the room now is back to me.
That's the reason it cost us twice as much as anybody else to do anything.
But then again, like Commissioner Dalkey said, I don't want to be hanging out here
Right.
taking any risk. The county does not. want
Yeah.
to.
I guess maybe, I hate to keep them jockeying back and forth, but we wanna get it going.
Yes.
And this and that.
But is it,
How about, could he conference call in next week?
yeah, let's just hear it straight from
Let's
him.
hear it straight, not have to make Isaac be in the middle of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we'll make a firm decision next
Yeah.
week. Is that agreeable?
Yeah. Yeah. just
And
need to know
I think there's
the
too many
details.
questions.
And have him sort of let us know that that's what we're looking at. We're looking at, we like to make a bigger one, but what kind of dollars or what kind of reprimand does it have from it? What kind of effects does it cause?
What kind of golden handcuffs come with it?
Yeah, there you go. So if those questions can be answered ahead of time, that way, because we're gonna ask them. You've never heard that before, golden handcuffs, huh?
No, I'm writing it down.
Okay.
It's where you take the paycheck that you can, your own.
Yes. Very good.
Golden what?
Yeah, handcuffs.
I just heard of golden parachutes.
Anything else for us, Isaac?
That was it for me.
Okay.
As far as anything new.
Okay.
Did you guys want to talk about that price sheet at all from last week?
Did you send a revised one?
No, I made the changes on my own, but I didn't send over.
Okay, I think they probably want to see a revised sheet.
You always need to.
With what
I
was
have my
just,
notes, but I don't.
yeah, I was gonna say with what was discussed last week, I can easily do that.
So you'll be back to see us next week.
Yes, we're gonna have a conference call anyways.
It's already in the
I think we
paper
laid
last
out what we
week.
wanted.
Oh, yeah, we laid it out. I just didn't keep my notes.
On the prices.
Yeah, just
Oh.
didn't want to confirm anything.
Oh.
That's what I understood.
Oh,
Yeah, Dave checked on the rentals at different halls.
Yeah,
So we're in the ballpark. The recommendation that you have
the
is.
city is 300 for private individual and 100 for nonprofit. I forget what the 200, it was 200.
There was a county and a non-county.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Out of county was 3, in county was 2,
But it made sense to do what the recommendation was.
but we got twice as much space as the city does.
So I'll ask the commission, do you want to take action today or wait until we get the sheet for you to look at?
I can bring that next week.
I think that's good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Give the 10 to get our information.
You can
And
put it in their packet.
yeah. That was it for me.
All right, very good. We'll do your evaluation review next. I move that we recess an executive session in order to discuss personnel performance pursuant to KSA 75-4319B. Item 1, personnel matters, non-elected personnel performance with the commission and Isaac for 15 minutes from 1:30 to 1:45. Second by Commissioner Garing. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Motion carried 5-0. We'll be back at 1:45. Hopefully we don't have another mower or paint color on the ticket.
pink color.
Paint color would be another one.
This conference will now be recorded.
All right, we're out of executive session, no decisions made. We're ready to move into the health department. Krista, welcome.
I am back again with.
Yeah, it was
great
something that we talked
application-
about last week that bringing back.
Application signatures, so since I knew we would not have an official number for one of the staff, this is with the estimated
Yes.
figure, and so how that would work is if something were to change, then we would just not take that grant money.
Yes.
So that's, this is for grant approval for chronic disease risk reduction, the immunization action plan, public health emergency preparedness, and state formula. And they are all KDHE funded grants.
And the amount of,
In the amount of $47,473.
any questions for Krista?
I have extra copies, one is the signature page if you want any of those.
I would need them for sure, even if they don't.
I'm gonna say, I cannot repeat that. But I would move approval of the grant application.
Second.
Second by
All right,
Commissioner
thank you.
Donkey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay, motion carried. So you don't have to come back on this one next week.
No.
Is this the signature page?
They're all the same, so I just have to have one
Oh, okay.
signed
Okay.
copy.
All right. I'll give it to you.
I'll just make a copy of this.
Okay, that's awesome.
I think she's gotta sign it too.
Yes. All right, next.
I guess we're on to my executive session for
Evaluation.
personnel. Yes.
Okay. I move that we recess the executive session in order to discuss department head evaluation pursuant to KSA 75-4319B, item 1, personnel matters, non-elected personnel performance with the commission and Krista for 15 minutes, 1:50 to 2:05.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gary. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. We'll be back at 2:05. There's everywhere. Left.
What,
Softball.
This conference will now be recorded.
are you guys?
Isaac was.
Yeah.
We're out of executive session. No decisions made.
Well, normal.
I move that we recess an executive session in order to discuss personnel performance pursuant to KSA 75-4319B. Item 1, personnel matters, non-elected personnel performance with the commission and Krista for 5 minutes. 2:08 to 2:13.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Garing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Back to 2:13.
There he is.
This conference will now be recorded.
Well, 15 minutes early. That's not to be counted on from the commission.
Amen.
Out of executive session, no decisions made. We'll move into Road and Bridge.
Okay. Got a salary sheet for Cheyenne Feckner. DO1. How do you, Brad?
All right. Road and Bridge, new equipment operator 1, Cheyenne Feckner. $2,855 effective February 27th.
That's one.
Always excited for a new employee.
I like that he's doing real well.
Good, excellent.
Hmm? Probably.
Easy. Maybe in person.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's right. He,
Easy.
28, what? I should know it. He's over 18.
Yes.
There you go.
That's good.
That's a
Okay.
requirement.
Yes, yes. The center on the sheet, I went up for culvert bids, J&J, Wellborn Sales, and then we also gave a bid from Contact Directly. Another pipe supplier, all of them quoted, but the low bid was J&J's, so I'd like to have approval to get those culverts.
Okay, I'd move to approve the bid submitted by J&J Drainage Products for culverts, the amount of $69,288.84. Second by Commissioner Becker, discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0. We appreciate all those that did on the project, on the culverts.
Okay, from last week, Each one take one of these. The information, the breakdown on the cost share of whatever different options that you wanted to do. I put a breakdown of doing Remington, there's Quail Creek in there, there's Old Mill, there's 60th, or excuse me, Old Mill 30th, and then these last stretch of, those are all, yeah, just one of these.
I just help my co-chair.
Is that, okay, good. And then I put the last stretch from Nighthawk to Remington on there as well in 290. The one sheet on the cost share was basically just the information on there, that they have, it's actually a 1.5 million maximum this time. I was thinking it was just a 1. So that's something, but every time you ask for more money, it may kick you out based on trying to spread the wealth. So anyway, these are the options that I come up with. So, did you get all those? This short one? Did everybody get it? Okay. I want to make sure everybody got.
You didn't get this one.
Yep, okay, gotcha. Everybody's got one. So I guess the deadline's the 23rd, which is next Wednesday, Thursday. So still got a little bit of time to make that decision. It won't really take much to. The only thing would be, getting pictures, which is relatively simple, and then obviously if we want to go after the letters of support as well. So, guess I'm open to any questions or comments, or if you want to add or whatever else.
I guess I'll go back to Commissioner Becker's comments. What would be your recommendation? What's the highest priority combined with the highest likelihood of getting funding?
Well, I mean,
Structures.
we've been pushing the 290th. Plain and simple. That last 4 miles, there's that obviously the one structure would be the one bridge there. But actually there would be 2 bridges, the one at Pawnee and then the one at Quail Creek is just an extension. Or no, that was, what was it? That was replacement. Can't remember what it was. Anyway, I went with the recommendations that when we talked to Cook, Platte, Strobel, but. The one at Quail Creek is interesting because, just west of Quail Creek, because the structure north on Quail Creek is a 4-barrel, I want to say 10 by 5.
Yes.
The one going to 90th is a 3-barrel 8 by 5.
So smaller bridge
Smaller bridge,
below
yes.
the bigger bridge.
Why that is? No.
And that every time we get, that's always underwater.
And there is a tremendous amount of water, and I talked with Matt Meyer off the NRCS. He goes, there's no way you can build a structure big enough to get all that water through it.
Yeah.
But it is kind of interesting why there's a smaller structure downstream.
Right. So in your plan, you would put a compatible?
Compatible or bigger, because the extra water that actually flows down between that culvert and the roadway may make it. Part of that would make it through here as well. So I'm guessing it'd be at least as big or bigger.
Okay.
And it's a construction cost only. So any other design or whatever else we would have would be on our own. But still, it's a chance to get minimum 15% match. But all depends on what you want to put in with it. So.
Additional consideration will be given to project applications that commit more than the minimum required match.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
Which is,
what we're trying to
it's
do.
like I said, I'd probably go out on a limb and be pretty confident if you only put in 15%, probably don't have much of a chance unless it's a very, very critical or small project or whatever else. But or if it's a least amount of money. I think they said they had 11 million to give away. Well, how far does 11 million go?
Very far whenever 11 projects at $1 million.
Well, right. Or do you turn around and fund a whole bunch of projects at less than 100,000? So they're like everybody else. They're just trying to spread the wealth. So.
I thought we were going to continue to consider working on 290.
Which I just given you different options, so no idea what's out there.
Last I knew.
Yep.
Our plan was to my understanding of our plan for the last 2 years has been to focus on the highest traffic roads, which are the ones with Indigo, the highest
Go ahead
needs.
and finish it.
And then 290th was next on our priority list, if we get
Sure.
cost share.
And if we get the high-risk rural roads, then obviously we'd have to go back and do that.
We haven't been getting calls, we've been upping the ante almost every time we did it. I mean, we've been waiting, what have we been over, up to 50%?
But I think,
50.
I think the last actual cost
If
share
we
we
went
got
back
was.
down to 20, we'd have a better shot.
Yeah.
I think Nighthawk was our actual last cost share award that we got.
Oh, cost share, I'm sorry, I was
That's
thinking
cost
the
share.
other ones, economic development.
Sure, we
Economic
haven't got
development,
for a
high-risk
while.
rural roads.
Right,
For other bridge money and stuff too,
Right.
so. But anyway, so, like I said, it's, if you wanna concentrate on the 290th, we can go with that one, and,
This is for 4 miles.
yeah, that would be the 4 miles that haven't been,
You're including the structures and the widening.
Yes,
And then
on that one.
full depth reclamation and all
Yeah.
that.
So we already did what, 4,
The first 4.
first 4, another 4, and there's
no, the
stretch
first.
across there.
No, there's the high-risk rural roads actually went to Nighthawk. I did go back and look at that.
But it's structures. only.
Structures and widenings and things
But
like that.
if we come back, my thought is, and what we've received in focus from our engineer is focus on, high-risk rural roads is on safety, so we focused on structures and widening. And I think we should have a pretty darn good shot at that. But again, we don't
Sure,
know.
yeah.
The one coming from the east was economic development, which we were focusing more on economic benefits on that stretch. The middle stretch is kind of a combination of all those, but not real strong, which would be a good candidate for cost share. And coming back then on the west portion with the full depth reclamation and overlay should be about a $2 million project. That would be one probably fit under economic development if we get high-risk rural roads.
Yeah.
But we've got to get, it's 4 phases.
Yes.
We're trying to put all of these potential programs
Just trying to
together.
dovetail everything together.
Right,
Yeah.
right, because we can't do the surfacing on the west part until we get the structures, which we hopefully get through the high-risk rural roads, which we did get a letter of support from Congressman Latrell for that. So we appreciate his office doing that.
So, that's what you want to proceed in, with the 290th, I'll start some pictures and things to that effect, and.
I would move to apply for the cost share program for your project listed for Nighthawk to Remington, 2.2 million, asking for, or providing a 50% match, so asking 1.1 from the state.
Okay.
That would be my motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Crowfoot. Discussion? Think we need to up, lower, change? If not, all in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carried 5-0.
Good.
I'll start working on letters.
Okay. That's all I had, unless, anything with Brad or on me. Check out his list. Check the place. Or you could get back with me later.
Hopefully, because there's I need to talk to you before we
Okay.
do something collectively on 2 of these.
Okay, sounds good. All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Bryce.
Bryce, are we still selling any culverts to anybody now?
No.
We're not selling that?
No.
All right, Brad.
Let's do the executive session first. One on litigation, won't take very long, it's just more of a status
Potential or
update.
pending?
Pending.
Okay, pending it for how long?
10 minutes, yeah.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and start with that? I move we recess an executive session in order to discuss pending litigation pursuant to KSA 75-4319B, item 6,
Should be
number 2, consultation with our attorney-client privilege with the commission, Brad, Tina. Okay, for 10 minutes, we go from 2:28 to 2:38.
Second.
We have a second from Commissioner Gary. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0. Back at 2:30.
This conference will now be recorded.
All right, we're out of executive session. No decisions made. Brad, continue with your report.
A couple of other items that, again, another scheduled event. We had talked some time ago about trying to get something put together with the Corps, if you'll recall, regarding the Reservoir Bridge and the other surrounding roadways, that kind of thing. We're at a point now where we need to have that meeting with this body and several people as representatives from the Corps. I don't know, maybe the 31st, I don't know what you want to do in terms of how you'd like to schedule that. I don't even know how quickly I can get them, but I want to call them and find that out.
Okay, with the whole commission, it'd be nice if we could
Yes.
coordinate with a meeting date.
Okay. I can use any of the regular meeting dates, or if there's a special meeting that's going to be had at some point soon where it's easier, I'll do that too.
Okay.
But what I suppose the best way I can do to get that all fit center is contact them again, get alternative dates, try to use our Monday date. And if that doesn't seem to work, get a few from them that I can give to you for possible special meeting.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay. Now that you guys have done your rate discussions, we have a number, and they really have, it's been a long time since all those have been reviewed. And I need to check with Isaac on those as well. Various leases of different types that we have out at the lake, most of which need attention. Revision, be thrown out, started again. Completely redone. I can't say it any more blunt. I don't know who wrote it, don't want to know. But that needs work. And there's a bunch, and there's different types.
Yes, there's
That's
a list.
Yeah. That would be another one of those, maybe like doing one of those morning meetings where you go
Yes,
over
work
all the
session.
time.
Very
Go
good.
through all the leases. I need to coordinate with him, I think. See what he has greatest concern about. He's sent me some emails, but each one I look at has wrong. So, the Veterans Memorial, do we need to be doing anything more with that as we come into the spring?
I don't know if they've had meetings, or I haven't heard a peep from them in 6 months.
I haven't heard.
That's the reason I had it on the list. I just
Just an update.
Yeah.
I have not
I
heard.
could try to get a hold of it, and see what's going on.
They've just been trying to get grants and grants, haven't they?
Yeah,
I think.
I think we already proved what they laid out, right?
Yeah.
The concept.
The concept.
Concept.
As long as we don't veer from.
But they don't have permission to put it out there.
No.
Correct.
They, I think what you had said was they need to go ahead and get their, for 501c3
Yes.
status, do some other things before, no, I haven't heard anything, so.
And then we clearly have still have the residents out there with concern about their rights and what the county should not do. What our grants were at the time in terms of the United States government.
Oh, yes.
Some of those things, I've dug up as much of that as I can. But I'm at a point now where I need to know what's next.
Okay, Commissioner Crowe, would you check with them just to get a status update? And then just report it to Brad?
That would be great. We can do that. Last one that take a few minutes, I think, is we've discussed previously in generic sense, and I've pulled together kind of some different approaches that are taken to it. The cattle out policy to assist the Sheriff's Department in dealing with this as it continues to come up. And I guess what I'm looking for is any and all guidance that you have in the way of what you foresee you'd like to be in this. I haven't talked to the sheriff recently, so I need to do that also.
I guess just from what I'm hearing, that people want something done about it. I mean, whether they make them get their fences up or something to that effect,
Right.
with cattle out. But they have numerous reports.
Right, the sheriff can't do anything until we have a policy.
Can there be any monetary, say, you give one offense, second offense, they're paying fines? I mean, everybody
Coordinate
has
this
one out
also.
once in a while,
Yeah.
but the second go around, they pay a fine.
There's catch-all
Within the time
charges through the county attorney's office that are available as well. The law is very much like that open range stuff.
Yeah.
Kansas, in most cases, follows the older style law that comes from up north, which is one of the things that you always have to look at, because it really does have a dramatic impact, are the fences, is the law set up, depends on which side of the fence you're on.
Yeah.
Literally, because their fences are in most cases are put up to keep someone's cattle out of yours, not in. So that's what I thought.
Yeah, there's a quarter section I was looking at.
Yeah.
It was that way, surrounded by a BIA,
Mhm.
and it was up to me to fence the BIA
Yes.
cattle out.
Yes. And now the old law that I always understood to be correct is still in fact the law. You stand kind of at the dead center of your section. Everything to your right is your problem, and then go and turn around and look the other way. Everything to your right then is their problem, your adjacent neighbor's problem. So all of that law didn't surprise me, but this keeping them out, not in thing, I had to read that 2 or 3 times, and I grew up on a farm. And
Well, there's so many issues. First, there's damage to property. You have a landowner with crops, and the
Yes.
cattle get out and damage crops. Really, the first one, which I should have said first, the first one is public safety.
That's
People
one.
traveling down the road, hitting livestock, and those livestock are out because the person is not responsibly keeping up their fences. That's really the first one.
And where it becomes complex is the keeping them out of your property. If you think about it, okay, who's got that duty?
Well, that goes all the way back to homesteading days.
Yes, it does.
Because at the time, all it was cattle range.
Right.
Or buffalo range,
It
or
wasn't
whatever.
cropland.
And so when
And
a
it was
person bought
logical.
a piece of property that they wanted to break out and farm, they had to keep the wild animals out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But now and it depends on which area of the county you're in.
And it also relates to that open range law, which I've learned more about than I ever wanted to know. Anyway, but I do have pretty much all of that.
Okay, but in our case, we have an area in the county where there's a repeated situation.
Yes.
And we need to be able to address
We
that
need
for
to-
public safety.
We need to define what a repeated offender
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Needs to be some teeth in it
And then,
somehow.
yes,
And then punishment,
appropriate.
yeah, that goes with the time. So I mean,
Mhm.
things go bad again. I mean, so you could fix it, make it all brand new. Within 15 years, you had another offense. It shouldn't be a second offense. It should be, hey,
That's
your
what I'm
fence is
looking
bad
for.
again.
Is I can just draw something for you to start from, but I also didn't want to just throw something out there and go, this isn't at all what we had in mind. But like your repeat offender, how many times within what specified period of time?
Exactly.
Is the second offense sufficient for us to start taking action, or how many times you want to give someone, how many bites at the apple do you want to give? That's what I need to do.
There's gotta be examples out there too.
There are.
What happens if no response? So you order them to do something, you give them a ticket, and pay it, and still fences aren't fixed? How does?
You
how do we
gotta,
get
you gotta include that in there, that the county will have the fence replaced at their expense.
That's it. Enforce specific performance.
Can we repossess the cattle?
That can get into dragging.
I would hesitate to get
Yeah, I
into
would-
the chattel part of it.
You don't want
They can
to
tow
go
your
there.
car.
Might as well bring back the 6-shooters and get out there in the street.
You don't want to go there.
Might come to that.
You know
You
difference
do
in towing
have
your
the-
car, is there? They can tow my car.
Sure.
Yeah.
They have to pay to get it,
Yeah.
have to pay to get it back.
I was more inclined to, if the fence had to be erected or had to be repaired, that you have the same ability that we do with weeds and the other sort of thing, to put a lien on the real estate. Doesn't get the money as quickly as if you got someone's cattle.
Fines are better anyway, because they don't pay us, we can assess them.
Yeah.
Taxes.
Yeah. So, is there a particular thought or guidance as to the repeat offense nature of things? And you want to start with the second offense within a certain period of time, or give them 2 and then a third, or whatever? I'm just looking for any guidance, and then I'll throw something.
If you give them 2, that means they've already offended 4 or 5 times.
Probably.
But as someone who hasn't had cattle.
Yeah, that's the other piece of it. Finding where they get out sometimes is as big a trick as anything.
Doesn't make a
But the
difference.
third one, no question about. There's the third one.
Well,
Does it make a difference if, Dave,
Yeah.
you've always got one stubborn one
Yeah,
somewhere.
and that's what I mean,
Yeah.
it's the one that has to go to
Yeah.
sale.
Yeah,
It's out.
and then, one gets out and the rest of them's in, but that one gets out 2 or 3 times,
Yeah.
is that gonna start an offense, is what I'm
If
asking?
it's reported.
Yeah. mean, one's as bad as 100
Yeah.
of those, but,
Yeah.
but still, we all know that sometimes there's a pain in the butt. One of them is.
And again, a demonstration of good faith.
Mhm.
You have some people
Yeah.
don't want to do anything.
Right.
The other person goes out, checks fence, fix everything, fine, but they still,
They still get out.
Still finds one. So we've gotta have some
You
type
gotta
of
have,
flexibility.
yeah, you gotta have something of observation, saying that you made an attempt to not let them out, and they still got out, and they ought to get some grace for that.
So
Well,
it's a
it
piece of
goes
cake.
back to-
Yeah, it seems
goes
easy enough.
back to the
I'm
cattle
feeling better about it
industry.
this time.
I check my fences when I put my cattle in. That's the way I find out where they're bad.
The thing is, that is very true.
And does it fall on the landowner, or does it fall on, because there's a lot of people at least.
Oh, there you go. And then what
Th-
about?
That's a contract between them. I read ahead and looked at everything I've got, and
There you
changed
got
it.
it.
Because if I've got a tenant.
It made me
and
think
they're-
of it, because I got no cows, but
Yeah,
that's around.
you might.
If, the common law generally puts it upon the person who puts the cattle in there. But you can also go back against, if their judgment group can go back against the landowner. So, landowner with the tenant needs to make doggone sure they've got a written agreement that specifies who indemnifies whom on that. It's the only way you're gonna be safe about it. But that's their problem at that point.
I just found out I got a new problem.
Okay, well,
Never an easy answer.
it feels like what I need to do is just take a shot at it.
Yep.
And if you guys don't like it, I'm sure I'll hear about it.
Well, again, that there's other counties that have,
You know,
out there, they've gotta have some.
there are, but it's the same sort of thing that we run into. The reason we're running into it, because everybody's just rolled along for 100
Right.
years. And they don't worry about it as much as they should.
Most people don't let their investment run wild.
Whoa.
Yeah, because the cost per head is pretty significant.
Right.
And your liability if, they get.
I mean, does
hit.
Chase or Morris County, like that have any?
Yeah, but
Because
they're
there's
not
a lot of
nearly.
cattle out there.
They're much more user-friendly to the cattle industry. I'm not trying to be harsh, but it's it's like nothing,
Okay.
And it's predominantly grass.
yeah. And you're like, hey, that's why ranch hand makes those cattle guards for the front of the vehicle. And that's the answer I got in one instance. Okay, well, that was my list for today. I just kind of needed to get some of those so I can produce something here.
Right. Anything else for Brad? Thank you, Brad.
You bet.
I'd like to do a 15-minute personnel performance executive session. I move we recess an executive session in order to discuss personal performance pursuant to KSA 75-4319B. Item 1, personnel matters, non-elected personnel performance with the commission and Tina for 15 minutes from 2:52 to 3:07.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Garing. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. We'll be back at 3:07.
Oh, that was Bryce.
Oh.
Everything's on.
Yeah. as soon
This
as you tell
conference
them.
will now be recorded.
That's right.
All right. We're out of executive session, no decisions made, but we were unable to come to finish what we needed to do. So we are going to have another executive session.
Dave,
What?
would he want to say something to you?
I was just waiting until the meeting was over. I was gonna talk to
Oh, okay.
Randy.
Oh.
Oh, yeah?
We can just recess 5 minutes and let you talk.
Let's do that.
Let's take a 5-minute recess.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a
I think we need to-
That'll be working.
I need
It's fine.
baseball.
We are taking a 5-minute recess.
Hey, good.
3:10.
Pretty good. I
We'll
just
be
wanted
back
to
at
See
3:15.
if you still had any, I was looking at, seeing in the paper that they,
Dirk's who it was.
Yeah.
Windows, not Windows brother, or?
Shelby's cousin.
All right, we're on
Okay,
and recording.
recess is over. Hope everyone had fun.
Thank you for the idea, it was good.
Yeah, I'm glad you said something, that way you got to visit the individual. I move that we recess an executive session in order to discuss personnel performance pursuant to KSA 75-4319B. Item 1, personnel matters, non-elected personnel performance with the commission and Tina. Let's make it 15 minutes, 3:15 to 3:30.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Garing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We'll be back at 3:30.
I studied that one harder than
Roll it over your coat, so
you're fine. Hang
I
on.
remember mine at home all the time. Something.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we are out of executive session, no decisions made. I do believe there might be a motion.
Now, you wanna take the parking thing?
Okay. Okay, I would move that we adjust the Park and Lake salary step from step 3 to
The
For the superintendent.
superintendent,
Yeah.
Park and Lake superintendent, from step 3 to step 7.
second.
Got a second by Commissioner Garing. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0.
I'll make a motion to move the planning and zoning department head from pay band to pay band O at step 7.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Garing. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Commissioner Crowfoot. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
Good. Nay.
Motion carried 3-2.
And I got one more that I'd like to make that nobody is really aware of, but I'd like to move the sheriff to step 4.
Okay, we have a motion to move sheriff to step 4. I'll second that motion.
Officials.
Elected official has to be completely done.
We'll have to do a resolution.
Okay, discussion.
Yes.
What's your justification?
That department, as a whole, along with EMS, moved up in the $3 range. Sheriff didn't get that. The sheriff got treated the same as all the electeds and department heads. And sheriff was also being very transparent, seeing very positive results, just making sure we don't get behind the 8 ball on some of these things.
What's he got now? I mean, what?
Yeah. None of the electeds got the $2 an hour.
No, they did.
They did get it.
Yes.
Yes.
I got $2.
They
And
got-
a step, and 1 step in January.
Yeah,
So,
a step
yes.
and $2 an hour. But those in safety, EMS employees and sheriff employees got $3 an hour.
Yeah.
But the sheriff did not. Other discussions?
So you're taking the other dollar, the same as giving him a dollar, same as what?
To match the rest of his
To match,
department.
they got $3 an hour.
Yeah.
That's the way you're doing that.
That's the closest step I could find that fit that thought process.
My question to you is,
Has he got 12 months in now?
no. That's good.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, that's.
barely.
That's right after it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What about some, you give $2 to some of the other departments and they're not gonna get that third dollar then? As elected departments,
Oh.
elected.
Yeah, the
departments.
only, yeah, no electeds got.
$2.
They got 2.
Right. I would have to go and look at exactly everybody's.
Confused.
But,
I'll second that.
It was already moved and seconded.
Oh, you did?
Just discussion.
Yeah, we're in discussion.
Okay.
Discussion.
You're good. If there's any other discussion? Okay, I'll Call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay.
Nay.
I'm just trying to register the $1 an hour, being fair to everybody else. And I'm not gonna degrade your comments, Jonah, because I agree. Transparency is worth a bunch, and that's what we're seeing a lot. But I was looking for my other departments to see who I had left in department heads, elected, that hadn't got to $3 an hour, who I was looking at. I will vote, I guess yes for Jeff, but I wanna look at the other department heads that didn't, they're the elected department heads.
Yeah.
Elected departments that see what's fair for them since we've done this.
Yeah, no part of my motion was cutting them out indefinitely. So.
Motion carried 4-1. All right. Any other business or activities?
We got,
If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
oh.
Might be
wait.
public, is there any public?
Public comment.
Okay, any
Public
public
commission
comments? Seeing none?
I need to ask that, a lake resident be put on for next agenda, for the next meeting, for Lakeshore Drive speeding habits.
Okay. Get with you now.
Yeah. Just, I haven't followed protocol in the past, and I'm trying to do it correctly. I'm trying to bring it forward, and
Well,
rather than them asking and saying that I give them approval.
It gets a little confusing. Okay, very good. Got them on the agenda. The next meeting will be Monday, the 20th. We're back on our Monday schedule. We have land bank meeting at 12. 12 land bank meeting, regular meeting at 12:30. Any other business?
Commission comments?
Yes.
Right. I just, this commission, we're trying to watch our taxpayers' dollars, also trying to watch our employment, and trying to be fair with that. So we're in times that I haven't seen sitting in this position. Some of these raises would have never been given in the past 15 to 20 years. I think we're all gonna be in for a sticker shock when it looks at the budget of what this has cost us. And let alone our appraisers going out, and that's nothing our local appraiser can do. She has to follow the rules that comes from the state on your property taxes. That's gonna be a hidden increase. You're hearing it on the national, on Kansas news right now, what some of the things that's going out up to 30% above what they was last year, the appraisals, and that's a raise in your tax dollars there. And then in order to keep a floating ship here in the county government, workers and employees, outside forces is causing us to do things that we have not had to do before. So please be aware and let us hear your comments on some of this so we can explain it if you have a problem with things. So thank you to the public.
Well, I agree with Randy. I mean, those that are on fixed income, of which we have a lot in this county, are facing a tremendous burden. And it's going to get down to the point where, can I buy groceries, can I buy my medicine, or will I be able to pay the tax on my house, or do I have to sell it? And we were elected by the taxpayers. And we want to get the best bang for the buck that we can get, and yet be as efficient as we can. So I'm not Mr. Gloom and Doom, but I can guarantee you there's going to have to be some soul searching done come budget time.
Any other comments? Not, I move to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gehring. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0. We are adjourned.